In today's video, we're going to revisit the article, the images and links tab, the core tab in Joomla articles. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Hey, it's a little dark here, isn't it? Oh, I should have checked that before. Let's just fix that. Oh, that's not going to do it. Oh, that's still pretty dark. There we go. I can stare at a bright light for a long time. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Watch My Work live stream number 336 here in the Basic Joomla channel, where I show you my favorite extensions, tools, and tips for building and maintaining Joomla sites. I also work on Joomla sites, build them, maintain them, do all the stuff, even developing things now. So if you're looking to hire someone short-term or long-term or just to get you out of a spot, send me an email, tim@cybersalt.com, and let's talk. Today's video is brought to you by our channel sponsor, mysites.guru. Do you have a Joomla site? Of course you do. Head on over to mysites.guru and get a free site audit for it. And while you're there, check out all the tools and information that will save you time and money managing one or multiple Joomla sites. And if you subscribe, use the coupon code BASICJoomla, and as you Basic Joomla, and as you know, get your first month free. Anyways. All right. So our picture for today, and hello to Bjorn in chat. Good to see you there, and everyone else who's joining. How about giving the video a like? I forget to say that. If you give the video a like, that might help some other people find it now. Might get recommended to them. So, yeah, our picture for today. A week ago Tuesday, I was at Chamber of Commerce meeting at a new shared facility for University Victoria and Royal Roads University and Camosun College here in the West Shore where I live on southern Vancouver Island. And while I was there, we were got a tour of the building, and so I took this from the top floor. It's like the 5th floor. It's not very tall, but this is the city of Langford. I live in the city of Colwood. There's a bunch of cities that make up what we call the West Shore. And a fun fact, my son-in-law and his brother have a cafe in this building, this big building that you're looking at, a board game cafe. People go there, play board games, have a great time. It is a lot of fun. And I don't think you can see the mouse when I'm moving on the picture here. So, but anyways, that was just, I took that as a view to show him what his business looks like from there. So I have not been taking many pictures, but that one I had taken recently, so I thought I would share that one with you. All right, so without further ado, let's turn our attention to the screen here. And what we're going to look at is the in articles. When you add a new article, right here, there's this images and links tab. And there's a bunch of things that we can do here. I have really stayed away from using this down through the years, just because just for changing the layouts and stuff like that. I've just kind of avoided it. It was easier for me to just put images right in articles. But lately, I have been seeing that this is a handy tool to have, and it's come along. I couldn't say it's come a long way because I really have never really bothered much with it. But especially as I'm developing extensions now and making things, I'm seeing the images manager, or putting things in using this interface. I'm becoming more familiar with it. So I'm going to we're going to check this out today and what it does. Now, what we've got here is a very plain Joomla 6, install. I don't want to mess it up playing around today, so I don't have to reinstall it. So we're going to go to components. We're going to go to stage it, and I'm going to make a copy of this site for us to work in, as I usually do. Now, while that's happening, exciting news. Phil Taylor just sent me a link to this Twitter post from Claude, and it says, we've agreed to a partnership with SpaceX that will substantially increase our compute capacity. This, along with our other recent compute deals, means that we've been able to increase our usage limits for Claude Code and Claude API. So that's just exciting news for those of us that are using Claude, whether for coding or I'm using it. Oh man, I'm using it tons. Um, Anyways, I was excited to see that. Now, now does that increase the weekly limit? I don't know, but if you are on one of those plans, then you can go longer in a session without being kicked out. So yes, Mary says nice. Yeah, so I don't know if that's changing the total amount that you can use in a week, but it's nice that you can do a lot, twice as much. So if you've been running into limits in a session of what you're working on, then you've got a lot more room. So just some fun news there while Stage It loads. And here it is. Here's Stage It. I've made a copy of it. Down in the right hand corner, I'm going to go to log in, just over my shoulder there. And now you'll see I've got the Stage It bar is orange. The URL up here is Stage It. So we've made a complete copy of the site. It's in its own folder. All of the tables of this Joomla install have been copied to have a different prefix at the beginning. And now I can mangle this the way that I want. So let's just get rid of this original home one here. And we will get rid of that tweet as well. Yeah, Bjorn says, take it to space. Lots of cooling and lots of solar up in space. That's not totally in place yet, though. So what SpaceX is planning on doing. So how they did that, or who the heck knows what's going on. I just get to use Claude for longer. All right, so I'm going to install the blog sample data. If you've never done that on a fresh install, for instance, here's what the page looks like. And now the site looks like. Now we'll install the blog sample data. We'll go OK. That's installed. And yeah, StageIt is fully compatible with Joomla 6 now, natively. So for instance, and let me just show you this, PHP web design, Joomla extensions, StageIt. I actually had Claude make me up some new labels here, and this did say StageIt was backwards compatible, but it's native with 6. It has been native for a long time. So if you want to check out StageIt, then go ahead. And there's the link. Yeah, all the stuff that I have been doing, I'm making Joomla 6 native versions and Joomla 5 native versions. Trying to, anyways. It's not that hard with Claude. So, all right. Oh, I still have my screen running over here. Let's take a little load off the bandwidth. All right. So, and I was happy with the way these little buttons turned out. I made a whole set altogether. So I've also got, at the same time, I think I made J8, J7 and J8, and I made J7 backwards compatible buttons, J8 backwards compatible, just so that they were all done. That was challenging to switch those blue ones from the core blue ones or to match them. So this went with my own. All right. So anyways, we install the blog stuff, and here we go. Let's take a look at an article that exists right now. Whoops, articles. And let's do, what article will we do? Let's see, Joomla. Huh. Sure. All right. That's the Joomla article, which is this one here. And you'll see, this is partly why I've always put the images right in here. Just the concept that what is being displayed on the page here is the image is like, where does that come from? Well, it comes from, click images, right here. That's the intro image. So when you, when an article is being previewed in a module or a category blog layout, where you have things like read more. It's the intro image that shows. And then you'll see down here the full article image. Nothing shows when we're in there in the article because there's no image there. Now, if we were to do this and select an image, let's just go ahead and we'll select sample data, Cassiopeia. Yeah, let's put this guy in here. All right, we'll select that image. And then we will go select it up there. And it's there. And it saves. And we'll run into, now when I refresh, there's the image. Now, really, this is what sort of gets me and why I've always just put images right in articles. See, there is no, there's no padding here or anything. There's no way to control the size of this. So if you're doing that on individual articles, when you're reading it, that can be a bit of a pain. But if we customize this and do some changes to the CSS, we can make it consistent right across the whole site. I must be allergic to you guys. My nose starts running as soon as I start doing a live stream. So how do we fix that? Well, we'll see how to fix that. Let's go back in article and look. Now, here we have the image class, use global left. Down here, it's using left. Let's guess so there's an image class here that is set up by default in Cassiopeia. And let's just, if there's an image class called left, I bet you there's one called right. So let's go save and see how that changes it. Aha, I was right. And notice we've got some nice wrapping there. So I'm going to use F12 Chrome Tools, Dev Tools, and use this little button here. You can also right click and go inspect. And we're going to see that the image size over here is 100%. That's just behind me here. And the height is auto. Now, judging from this NASA 3-400 name down here, when we mouse over it, we see that rendered size is 400 by 400. Now, if that's fine, if 400 is what we want, that's great. But what if we put in a bigger image? Let's go down here and we'll X here, select. Let's go with a super wide image. Save. Now we're going to refresh. And then it's just insane. Now it's going right across the top. That's nice. But what if we want it, regardless of whatever image we had up here, that the maximum width was 300? Well, we'd have to change that somehow. And we could do that through the image class. Now, down here, we've got image source. Let's see, figure class, right item, image. And when we look behind here, let me just get myself out of the way here. Oh, I have a button for that. There we go. When we look over here, you see right item, image, float right. Now, if we add some CSS to that, width 300 pixels, notice it cuts it down on the width. Now, if this were an image that was only 200, we might use max width being 300 pixels. Max width 300 pixels. Then that way, if it was 200, it would be underneath. But anyways, that's how we get changing things. So, using this core method involves, Bjorn's got it right there. Max width 100% height auto display block for starter. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do some custom CSS. So really, you have to slow down a bit and think of design for your site and the images that you're going to use and how you want them to appear. So for instance, because that's not really a great image there, it's super wide, it's 300. So if you want something that's a little more square or a little bit maybe not as panoramic as that one, you need to keep that in mind when you're working on your site. And that's why I've always found it easier just to put individual images in articles. Now, that said, when we go back here, you'll see this is an area just where we are changing things around. So if I go to a square image again here, let's NASA 400. Oh, here's a nice one. It's 640. I bet you that's 640 wide. Let's select that, save, and we'll go refresh. So it is that. We might say, oh, that's a bit too big. So we're going to go and find the image figure class right. And we're going to, again, we'll max width. And we'll say the most that we want this image to show at is 300 pixels. All right, and there you go. That's a little bit better. But maybe you think, 400 would be better. Remember also that you can click on this number and use the up and down arrows on your keyboard, and you can just see what size works for you. You might say, oh, that looks pretty good. No, it's 506 pixels. I'll go with 500. Also, remember to be picked up when you share in social media, the minimum image width that you want is 600 pixels. And then that way that will be picked for the thumbnail, but for your old open graph image. So I set this to max width 500 and the float is right. And that's good. Now notice here what's happening is that it's coming pretty close to the image. So that's where you can do some things. Let's go margin left 10 pixels. Yeah, that kind of bumps it over. Oh, it might be a bit too big, so we'll do down arrow. Oh, okay, wow, look. Yeah, that's 2. 10 does nice. And if this was a large amount, it would be what is underneath. Now, that said, we are changing this for the full article, right? So anyways, I'm going to stick with that 10 pixels. And now we've thought, okay, now this works for me. I want 500 wide and for these images here. So I'm going to right here, I'm just going to right click, copy rule. And now we have to put this in a custom CSS for the template. Now, to do that, we're going to go in the back end. And I'm going to make a duplicate of this tab. And then we can close that. We're going to go to System, Site Templates, right? And then we're going to go to, and I think we're just working the parent right now, Cassiopeia Details and Files. Look at that, 2017, coming up on 10 years of Cassiopeia. And now we have to create a user.css file, and I believe we do that in Media Template Site Cassiopeia CSS. Yeah, we're going to make a new file, Media Template Site Cassiopeia CSS, and we're going to put it in the CSS folder, I believe, and then we're going to name it user. Bjorn is giving us a whole bunch of great set there. Okay, we'll look at that. File name user, ending.css, and we will create that. And now we can paste the CSS that I just made right in there. Okay, so notice it's .right. That's where it picks up the class, I think. And we'll go save. Now when we refresh, this should stay the same. And it does. Oh, Bjorn says that didn't fit in all one message was putting there in chat. Good. So, excuse me. That's the intro image. No, that's the full article image, and we've controlled it. So now we can consistently change all images in the on the site by just changing the CSS for right. And then here we can also make our own class. So for instance, let's call it, let's call this class Timmy. Save. Now we go back and we'll refresh. That's going to wreck that image. All right, just goes back to that. That means that somewhere we have a class, figure class Timmy item page. See that down at the bottom here. And now we can start to do a bunch of stuff with that. I'm going to use this plus button here. Figure.timmy.item.image. Okay. And so we can do things like this. We can do height. Height, we can do, let's do that as 30 pixels. Whoops. That did not change the size there. Figure in an item image. Figure class. Oh, Bjorn, right. So I think what we're going to put is space img. There we go. No, hit enter. Okay, so I ended up putting item image. I put img to affect the image, and we've got that there. I think we can go text align, center. No, let's do this. Margin, right, auto, margin, left, auto. No, that didn't center. There's some way to assign it. Anyways, you can come up with your own class and do what you want. We can go border. And I think that we can go black and border black. And we can go border width, border. What have we got here? Border, border radius. Let's do radius. Border radius. And let's go 45. Needs something there. What is that? Is that not pixels, is it? Yeah, 45 pixels. Okay, Bjorn's got behind you. Behind me. Let's bring this back in here. Anyways, we can play around with things. Anyways, my point is here is that you can now customize, make your own class. So I'm just, whoops, I'm going to copy rule, make your own class. You can put it in your custom CSS and save. And in this way, you can start to format what you want for your images, for those images to show up. And then you can always change the image class for certain articles if you remember what they are. And so we have lots of options there. So let's just leave that mangled one there. We'll refresh. Uh-oh. Did I not save that? Control Shift and R. What's going on here? Image. Oh, this might be caching. Image, or else I've got something wrong here that's missing. Maybe it needs to be dot. Image fluid is bootstrap class or responsive image. Oh, okay. Let's try a dot there. See if that does it. No. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're mostly just looking at what we're doing here in the images and links tab. So I won't turn this into a CSS mangling lesson. Now let's see. Bjorn has this code here. Copy. Let's go back here. Let's just put this back to right. All right. That gives us something just a little bit more reasonable there. Good. And then for the custom CSS, we're going to put Bjorn's image in there. I missed the I at the beginning. And Bjorn says that this full reset of all images and save. Let's see what changes here. Not much, but what we did paste here, display block height, auto, vertical align, middle, font style, background repeat, no repeat, background size. So this is code that that Bjorn that you use on your templates. Okay, now that we're familiar with what's going on in this area, let's go through each of the fields and see. Now, for the intro image, which we will find on the home page, there's the intro image there. When we mouse over it, nothing is there. We go image description, alt text. Let's just describe it. Big old space thing. All right. Now we give it that. We refresh, nothing. We mouse over, nothing. But see, it says no description. We can check that. And then we can refresh. And I think when we mouse over, I thought that we would get that showing up. Let's just see here. Oh, there you go. Well, it's there. Down in the code, you'll see image source, alt, big old space thing. And actually, when I moused over it to inspect, see up the top, we see it says name, big old space thing. But it is not showing up when we mouse over it. Let's go back and we'll keep going down. Image class, we've used that. We don't want to see a description. We've seen that, right? Because now we can do this. And when I go like that, oh, it's names. Oh, maybe. Is this caching? I don't know. Big old space thing, still there. But that's its alt. What the heck is going on here? The alt text. But it's not doing it. Image description, alt text, no description. I think I'm just in the caching issue here. Let's see here. Let's duplicate this. Close. Close. System. Clear cache. Delete all. Control Shift and R. Oh, the alt is still there. All right. No description says something to you saw in the figure. Open it for the image. Yeah, nothing is. The alt is there. I just thought, what is the purpose of no description? Decorative image, no description required. Oh. Take out the text I have now. I see. Okay. Oh, I see. So this is if you don't need a description, if it's just decorative, you would take that out, and this is telling that there is the image is just decorative. There's no description. All right, so that alt text goes in either way. But if you're not having an alt text, have no just put there's no description there. It's just a decoration, like an icon or something. We've seen image class, and that's a caption. Let's say is far away. All right, there's our caption. This is far away. And now we will go back here, oops, to here and refresh. And there's our text. This is far away. So then we can always change that. So see, we've got fig caption over here. We can go text alignment center. And you can change the size of the text there. 1.2 even. And format it the way that you want. So that's where your caption will show up on intro images. Bjorn says, take out the text yet? No, or the alt. Alt is for accessibility when images don't load. Correct. Yeah, so you don't need to have a lot of alt for images that don't matter anything if people with visual impairments or using readers of some sort, accessibility tools, don't need to be distracted. You don't need to go down and have your screen read out a big orange line that that separates the next section. You don't need that. All right. So likewise, we have all the same things here. This is far away. That's we could put we'll say this image is has no description, and we're gonna go. This is farther away, and we'll go save, and then we'll go home, and we're gonna visit that page, and notice this is farther away, and of course you can do your CSS formatting on that as you want in custom CSS. Okay, so yeah, so that takes care of it over here for our images. And basically the intro image is what would show as, an intro image in a menu item. You can select what is shown, what is not shown, or in a module, and you can these come into play in a lot of extensions to and options, if which one you want. Like for instance, I like Raxo. By the way, I think by next week I'll have a big announcement about a little business deal I'm doing this week. That came up this week, and so I'm not selling. I'm not going where I'm actually acquiring a couple of things that will enhance in the business. A couple of sites. So anyways, don't want to talk too much about it till it's actually done, but I'll be excited to share that with you. Hello, Michael. Nice to see a bit of core work. Yes. Now, go to here, and if I go to NetShaker, and here, this is Raxo. I have it set to show the first image found in every single article, and that is in with the text. But I'm thinking, just for ease of management of things now, that I'm probably going to start using this core method, especially now that I'm using Claude AI so much. For instance, you see this article here, suspended equals stopped. How a suspended hosting account became a phishing operation. I did a whole bunch of work cleaning up a client site the last week that in Claude. In the end, I said, write an article about this and add it. And I told it to add it to the cybersalt site here. And I even had it making thumbnail. And so this whole article here, I had to do a little bit. This whole article here is Claude writing an article summarizing the work that it took and what happened to fix that problem, and the thumbnail. Now I told it to put the thumbnail inside there, but I think what I will start doing is start using the core image, intro image and article image, because I think the API for the AI that the AI is using will work with that a lot nicer, and I can just control it. Now with Raxel over here, I can set it to an order. It'll look for intro or full article or the first image, so that's not too bad. Yeah, Bjorn says article module in Joomla is ace and its core. Yes, that's a really nice module now, and it does much of what the Raxel does. But I really like Raxel for the layouts, and I like it for the settings and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep using Raxel. But anyways, this was a cool idea and a suggestion to you. For those of you that have sites, if you're doing a lot of stuff, fixing things with, have done a lot of work in AI, write an article about it. I anonymized everything here about all the steps and what was done. Add it to your site. As you'll see, I've got 25 hits, and not all of those are me. So anyways, that's why that's another reason why I thought, well, let's get familiarized with this. Now we're talking about, let's go here. We go to Cassiopeia, and then we've got this, which I think is this the article module here? Let's just see. Yeah, it is mod articles. Yeah, so that's the articles module. Let's go into system, site modules, and we'll go and we'll view the type, which is articles. And I think, which one is this? It might be, that might be latest, but maybe we don't even need to see what it is. Let's go. I think it's latest post. Yeah, latest post assigned to top A. Now notice here, it says articles to display 3, category filtering inclusive, da 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 da. All right, we get into all kinds of things to do. Articles to exclude, display options. Let's see. Let's go down here. Intro text. Okay. Show full show articles image. No. Show intro full image. Yeah. Show the intro image. All right. Or do you want to show the full image? So watch. If I switch to full image here, we know because we've changed this image, it's going to go something different. But look, these other articles, they do not have, excuse me, they do not have a full image assigned to them. See, and that's where I really like Raxel, because it will, if an article does not have a full image, excuse me, assigned to it, you end up without one. Whereas if this was a setting to find the first image, I keep wanting to code stuff with you guys. We should be able to add this image to this article manager. If like in the case of me switching over my articles, I couldn't really use this if until every article had an intro image or had a full image. So okay, so we'll go switch back to intro image, but that's where we're having control, and you can see some of the things. Let's see. Bjorn's always open for work. Article module in Joomla is nice. I only missed that by default shows the latest. No way to start from article 5 or 15. So Raxel has that. Okay. You know, Let's see. We might get through this quick, and maybe we'll. I was thinking maybe together we could make something for Joomla. That would be a cool thing to add, the options to to add those two things. Well, we'll see. Let's get through our topic here, anyways. Anyway, so I think that pretty much covers it for intro image and full article image. If you're watching the replay of this and you have any questions, put it in the chat. Now, this next thing, I have no idea where these appear. All right. Does anybody? And we can ask Claude, but where does that appear? And let me just get this window here. Obsidian, got some notes here. Okay. Where does that? What's up with these links? Links is off by default in options. All right, so let's go to close options. Let's see, links. All right, let's toggle inline help. Almost think that this would be, nothing is easy to add to the core, right? So, but if set to yes, links to registered content will be shown even if you're not logged in. You will need to log in to access the full item. Position of the links above. I think it's on. So why don't we do this? Why don't we just do this? Let's go to content. So let's close this. Let's go to our Joomla article. Let's go to links, and let's just call link A. Let's go https www.cybersalt.com. All right. And this will open it in a new window. We'll tell it to. Let's go open in a modal. Now, if we go back to our Joomla article, oh, there you go. That's where the links appear. Right there. And I click that. Oh, and cybersalt will, I have my security header set so that my security setting set so my site cannot be wrapped inside a modal or frame. So let's go back to our article, and let's say that's open. I wonder if it'll open in a pop-up. Fresh. Oh, it did open in a pop-up over here. A little pop-up, and you get the mobile view. Not really the most attractive. We got a big space here. All right. So you can put some links here. All right. So now we can see that. So let's go back into the article, and we'll go https www.joomla.org. Joomla, and we'll just do something else here. https //cybersalt.org. I don't think we need that. And I'm going to go cybersalt.org for that. And we're going to open all these in a new window. No, up in the open in parent window. Yeah. Open in parent window, open in parent window, save, and now we're going to go refresh, and we've got our 3 links here. Now, here's my question. You can answer in chat. What are some strategic ways to use these links? Okay, in this core, I'm thinking if you want to have links that are associated to articles, it would be better to set them up in custom fields. Oh, I like that. Good idea, Bjorn. Will it take mail to? Oh, I like that. Mail to : let's see. That's good thinking. So link A, let's go mail to. And that's just the text. Contact me. That's really cool. Refresh. Now, I don't have anything set up to open up email. All right. So I don't know if that's working or not. So it does work. Okay. So yeah, so you could also put a link to a contact form, right? And so yeah, there's an area there that's built in. Again, I think custom fields would probably make it easier to place, but again, it's definitely just a custom field that's built into core. If we go save and close, let's go in the module here, display options. Title link. Let's go down here. Read more link. No. Display options. Oh, there would be no links here anyways in the module. This would just be an image thing. All right. Well, that's an interesting use. Anyway, so that's there. I think to... Hello, Julie. Just got home from church. Good for you. Glad you made it home. This is what is a Wednesday night. So what's at your church on a Wednesday? Like a midweek Bible study or a prayer meeting, or did you have a practice for the dance group that you're in? Let's go to options again, and we'll go to let's see, F3. Front end images and links. Toggle inline help. A shame there's none there. Intro image class. All right, what do we got here? Edit articles. Articles, F3. Link category, read more link. Oh, position of the links, right down here at the bottom. Thank you, Bjorn. I beat you to it that time. I got a couple second leads, and that one worked for me. We can put below, and then your links show up down at the bottom here by the next. All right. Oh, okay. So you got a group where you get together and discuss last Sunday's message. Cool. All right. All right, so you can put the links below, or you have the options to hide them. Now, I'm going to go hide as the overall option. And then just remember, even though that will disappear, in the actual article itself, we'll go to Joomla, and we will go to I think options, and then down here, the positioning of the links is hide, but we can override that and say above just for this article. And there's, oh, right, let's see. Positioning of links, of the links above. Right now it's global hide. So that should change it, but it's possible that that's not working. Let's go to close this system. Oh, let's see. Think unauthorized links. Oh, what is an unauthorized link? Links to registered content will be shown even if you're not logged in. I don't, well, let's give it a try. Save. No. That's not it. So I think reading that, basically what that is that if this is set to yes, a link, if you're a guest on a website and there's a link to content that is registered, so you need to be logged in to see it, this will show the links, but you'll still need to log in, access them fully. So we'll just say use global. There is one other thing that might be happening here, and that is, let's go to, if there is a link to this Joomla article, let's just see here, Joomla. There's a link to that single article. We go into here and go to options. Let's go position of links. Now we'll go above and refresh. Isn't that interesting? So in the hierarchy of things, the menu item, the settings in the menu item trumps the settings in the article. Which then that's interesting. So you set it in the menu item, and then so menu item is processed last. Interesting. So if we go to close and go to articles, to Joomla, and down here we've got position of links above. Now if I go hide, interesting. Yeah, so or set it control. Oh, is there a menu option for set it? Oh, close. Menus, all menu items, Joomla. And so we've got position of links. It's got above, below, hide. Let's see our options for menus. No. So the menu item linking to that article is controls beyond what the article setting shows. And so you'd have global, menu. It's almost like article doesn't even matter when you set that option in there. Huh. Okay. Well, we know where those links appear now. They appear at the top or at the bottom. And of course, you can format them. They have their own CSS. We can change padding. You can change all the things that you want. You've got links content, so that we could go like this, and we could go font size, and we could go 5 rem. Look at that. So if you have a use for that, then that would be good. Custom fields. These are just it's basically like 3 custom fields in every article that you would set up. So. Okay. That is good to know. So look, that's our, we'll just wrap it up there. That's what's happening here. Intro image, options we have there, links that we can put in there. And that's, I think, a good revisiting of this core area of articles. Now, it's 11:59. Let's have some fun. Not that we haven't already been having fun, but let's build a couple things for Joomla. And one of the things that I like is Bjorn's suggestion that articles module should skip. That articles module should skip. You should be able to skip the number of articles before it displays it. So let's find this site modules, and that's latest posts. All right. So we want to add an articles to skip. So let's fire up Visual Studio Code here. Bjorn says, great way to keep your clipboard for more than 25. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to go file and make a new window here. And then I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to open a folder. I'm going to go down in my drive where I put my GitHub stuff. And let's name this. Always name everything CS, but what would we name what would we name a plugin or a plugin that will add functionality to the articles module? Articles module. What would we name that? Who's got some ideas? Articles module advanced. That's advanced module manager kind of gets run into there. What will we name this? Articles module maxed. Let's call that articles module maxed. Articles. All right. Yeah, it's almost like, what did they name those boats? Bodie McBoatface or something like that. We could name that Articles Article Face. CS Articles Module Maxed. I'm going to call it that. All right, we're going to open that folder. And now we'll select it. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to Claude. We're going to close this. And we're going to go up here. Oh, I've got an update available here. So let's update that. Okay. Oh, here we go. That's the reopen one. Okay. Let's agents discover and ask for integrated browser access. Use a lightweight model. Okay. Oh, look at it. Okay. All right. So, what will we say here? This is a new. Oh, by the way, I've got my microphone going here, so I'm just going to talk to Claude. There, I'll start over. All right. So this next part, I'm not talking to you guys. In fact, when I work in the office here, I talk to Claude. I say, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then I'll say to Susan, who works just behind me, I'll say, hey, did you see the email about such and such? And then she doesn't respond, and then I say, eventually get her attention. She says, oh, were you talking to me? So actually, in the office, when I'm working away and talking a lot to Claude, I just say, if I'm talking to Susan, I say Susan, and then it's sort of like connecting like old time to the internet, the squelch, that sound. I say Susan, and that gets her attention. She knows that I'm talking to her and not to Claude. All right, so let's see here. This is a new Joomla extension that will work with the core Joomla articles module, which has come a long way, but is missing a few features. One of them is the option to choose how when the starting point of what articles to display. So for instance, right now it just always starts at the first article. But I would like the option in that module to say start displaying after 5 articles. So for instance, if I had a blog view of articles that showed the most recent 5, but then I wanted to use the articles module to show other articles that are next, I would want to skip the first 5, so because those are already on screen, and then I would have a more useful tool to tease people onto other articles. So paying attention to the Joomla brain of everything that we do for new extensions. Let's create that and start testing. All right, now I'm back to talking to you guys. You don't have to have everything precise with Claude. You don't have you don't have to have it all figured out. You just talk and see what happens. Also, you know that I referred to the Joomla brain, and that is a tool that I have been developing. Well, it's a GitHub that just with all the rules of what I'm learning in the Claude with making these extensions. So you'll see right now it's going through, it's generating code, it's doing all kinds of, it's just figuring it out. I'm just going to leave it. And in fact, let's just go here and let me bring up my GitHub for the Joomla brain. What do I want here? Man. Okay, so let's go to GitHub, Joomla brain, and I'll share that in chat for those of you that might want to ever use that. It's always getting updated. I've actually updated a bunch of things by referring to some other GitHubs, and there is, I believe, somewhere in here, repos using brain readme, somewhere in here there is a list that is giving credit to other sources. Anyways, so let's see what we can come up with here. Okay, that is what I was working on for later. Joomla extension. Yeah, this is it here. Okay. Okay. It's asking me something. Your blog tease use case reads most naturally as a mod articles category clone with a new skip first end articles parameter. That gives the user category filter. So it's saying to make its own module. So it wants to make its own module. But let's say this. I'm talking to Claude now. Is there a way that we could simply, through by way of a plugin or something, have this feature added to the core articles module without making a new module or something? I like it just to be a setting that appears in there. Or is this a case where we could, yeah, that. All right, a lot of my chats to Claude end that way, everybody. Let's see. If we want to just make this just to enhance the core, is that what we want to do? We don't want to make our own module. Okay. What else? We'll wait to see what Claude's going to come up with here. Some other things I'm working on. I think I am 99% ready with my release manager component that I'm building so that I can sell my new memberships to my new extension that I've also been teasing about. That I've also been teasing about being almost ready. I got a lot of stuff coming up. All right, so let's see what Claude says here. Good question. Claude loves me, everybody. Claude thinks all my questions are good. Adding the field to the core modules form is easy. A system content plugin listening on content prepare form can inject a skip first end articles field into the existing mod articles category or whichever settings panel, so it shows up exactly where you'd expect it in the module editor. Actually applying the offset is the hard part. Joomla doesn't fire any plugin event between the dispatcher field fetch the data and the template render data. The core articles module go dispatch da, da, da. So the realistic option for the offset behavior are plugin that bumps SQL count by n and strips the first n from the rendered HTML output. Okay. Plugin that adds the field plus ships an alternative module layout. The user has to select default with offset, not just to turn on the existing settings. A new lightweight module that internally calls the core and slices clean and future-proof against Joomla updates, but it's a separate module instance. Option 3, you'd lose the appears inside the core settings, but you keep all course filtering options. But it's also the only one that won't break on Joomla minor version update that touches the modules. If keeping the setting inside the core module matters more than robustness, option 1 is doable, but I'd flag it as this might need a tweak each time Joomla updates the markup. Okay. So do we do something that needs to so the use case for this, is this. We'll just show you, Michael. Let's suppose let's suppose that this were that we use the articles module here as more articles. And then we had it going down the side column. So we had, this is a category blog view. So we have 3 articles that are displayed here to read. And then we want to have more articles. Now, right now, if we have the articles module doing the more articles display, it will display the first 3. And those are already on the page. So what we want to do is tell it, hey, skip the first 3 and display articles 4, 5, and 6 because they're not already on screen. That's the case for it there. So as I think about would a category menu not suffice? If a category menu skipped, the you could skip some articles, that would work. But I don't think you have that option, do you? So you can exclude articles here, but that's not fluid. Duplicate. If we go to close, to menu, all menu items, and let's go to clear that. Category, here's blog, category blog. Category shows, but no, blog layout. There's no skipping there. Yeah, I don't think we could do that. Yeah, it would list all articles in the category, but if you wanted to have the teaser image, like the intro image, and even on the listing all articles in the category, you would still have the top 3. You would still want to skip in that case. So, and this comes out of, Bjorn saying it'd be nice to skip. So, let's see here. I'm going to go back into here. So, option 1 is doable. And so here's where you can get creative. Option 1 is doable, but it might need a tweak each time Joomla updates the markup. So if that is true, I think we could build something into this module that looks to see if the Joomla version has been updated and sends an email to the site user saying Joomla has been updated. You might want to review if this works still. So I'm going to go, let's do option 1. We'll do option 1 for now. Yeah. The great thing about Claude is that we can now really, it's very easy to program unique situations. So for instance, I had a client using StageIt, and he was running a Kiba backup in the StageIt copy to make his backups, which is fine. But when a Kiba backup gets copied from the root to the StageIt folder, there are 3 files that, due to permissions, do not get copied, and then a Kiba can't work. The solution is to, it's because they're excluded in the htaccess. From being copied. The solution is that I came up with was, well, I mean, you can just reinstall a Kiba backup and StageIt, but the whole purpose of StageIt is to not give you more things to do. So what I did was I had Claude set it so that if a Kiba backup is installed, it looks, and when it comes time to copy those files, it actually renames the .htaccess file, so it's not in play, copies the files that are restricted, and then renames the htaccess file back. and then you don't have to do all of that. So, and this is saying check, going to check the actual Joomla 5 module rendering event sequence. So we hit the right hooks, then scaffold the plugin. So it's working here. Okay. Yes. So extensions that I've got on the go. I had a client the other day who has a situation in a extension that they're using, and they need to apply. It's a custom plug, a custom field in this extension, not a Joomla custom field, but one that belongs to the field that belongs to the extension, and it's not very user friendly for them in their particular case. So they're going to have me code something that will instead of selecting individual events that this field shows on, you can select just by a category. So my thinking as far as my expenses for Claude, and I think I told you I've gone up to the $280 Canadian, as we say in Canada, option. And it will, so I just need to find work each month, and that breaks even, or have it save me time. AI has been saving me. I'm finding for every hour I work, AI is saving me 5 to 10 hours. So, all right. Well, it's making something here, and it's doing it for 5.4. But we can always tell it to do it for 6. I think I told Claude that it was for 6, right? Let's go up to the top. Oh, I just said Joomla articles module. I didn't say 6. Okay. I can interrupt here. It says I'll just say actually for right now, let's make this for Joomla 6. So we're zipping through the options here. So it's checking the Joomla brain to see if there's anything different for 6 than from 5. The articles newsflash module. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's see that. All right, we're done with that. Let's close. Let's close that. System. Site modules. New. Okay, so the articles newsflash. And this is the legacy one, so probably wouldn't want to use that anymore. It still works for ones that for articles that are carried forward, or for modules carried forward previous versions of Joomla, but exclude current article. Yes, that's a nice one. So that if it doesn't show, that will not show. If you've got articles 1, 2, 3, 4, and article 2 is the one you're reading, then it skips 2. You don't get to see that. That would be a nice feature to have inside a modules manager. But that's all that. But we don't have to skip a number here. And that's the legacy one. Here we have exclude current article, so that is nice. All right, so that's a good option. That's in that one, so that's okay. Okay, so it's working away here. Just so that this is not dead air, I'll give you an update on my arm. This Friday will be 5 weeks since I broke it, and I've been doing my exercises for my for physio, and I'm starting to get range back, like mobility back. Boy, it's sore when I do my exercises. I treated myself. I was going out last night to a freedom session at the church, and so I treated myself to 2 Tylenol. I don't want to be on Tylenol for weeks and weeks and weeks, but I'll tell you, I felt really good though. A lot of the aches were gone, and I had a really nice evening. I really enjoyed myself. Anyways, so right now I'm not even doing any strength training on my arm. It's just to get it moving. But as you can see here, I can reach the back of my head. I can reach above my head, and it's definitely, my shoulder is still pretty sore, but as well. But all right, look, it's going to make us something here. Maxed has 2 words in it, right? It's making us a package. It's using 7-zip here on Windows, so as soon as we get one thing going here, I will. Yes, it's progress. I will make this a public repo and install package there. What got built? Joomla 6 system group 3 event handlers. All right. Test plan when you install it. Install big all right. Okay, so I'm going to right click. Oh yeah. Install packages there. Where is it? GitHub plugin system. Why did it put it there? Why did you put the package there? Put it in the folder. It's open here. Michael, the adult version of head, shoulders, knees, and toes is wallet, glasses, keys, and phone. Yeah, see now it put the plugin out somewhere. Put in the root. And saving this as a preference so I get it right next time. Yeah, thanks. All right, so I'm going to right click, reveal in Explorer. There's the file that I want to install. Let's drag it off to the side. Let's go down here. Let's go modules. Here we go. System. Install extensions. Upload. And okay, so now we go to plugins. And we're going to turn that on. What settings do we have in here? Nothing. Oh, apply to modules, articles category, and articles latest. Oh, applied to 2. All right, we're gonna. That was an option I didn't even know to consider. And look, toggle inline help is already nice in there. Great. So now if we refresh, latest posts. What have we got here? Mode. Oh, dynamic. Is that new? Articles display, category filtering type, category, child articles, exclude current article, exclude or include articles. Yeah. Okay. So normal, dynamic, show on article, articles to display, inclusive. Okay, I don't see that option there. That's not the article module. This is not the article module? Sure, this module displays articles in a variety of ways. Modules, articles. I made it for the old. No. Did it? Let's ask Claude that. Did you make this for the new articles module in Joomla 6? I don't see the options in there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you're right, Bjorn. So, yeah, targeted the wrong one. You know, we can't blame Claude because it's not a human being. And as such, it's only as smart as the information that we give it. So I'm going to go back to here. Let's go System, Manage Plugins. System, Extensions, sort by the end here. Let's uninstall it. All right, now we'll go back to install and let's see when this is ready. Okay, so we're going to fix this little mistake there. He's making a package, checking it twice, going to find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claude is coming to town. I did not know that was going to work out that well. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we're ready to try another one here. All right, so good. Now here's something that I want in my wish for every Joomla extension. It looks like I'm speaking at Joomla World Conference. That's my topic. My wishes for every Joomla extension. I'm going to be doing it remotely because I don't want to fly to Europe and not have enough gas to fly home. So, but I'm going to say make sure you put all my wishes for every Joomla extension in this. And I'll show you what one of those wishes is. All right. Installation of plugin was successful. Filter. All right. System articles, modules maxed. Mod articles. Oh, and it actually, it's even putting it in the legacy one. Legacy. Oh, okay. Great. Save. Why not? And then we go to dashboard, site modules, latest posts, and module. All right, so down here, plugin system CS modules, and we go toggle. Okay, so we're going to say, first of all, we need the language description down here, but we're going to skip one because we know that's what that field is doing. Save. Now I'm going to click home. And did it skip? let's see. I need to tell language strings showing in place in words. All right. Okay, so here we are here. We said we go into module. And this is, oh, it's still at 0. Oh, let's go up to 1. Okay, so the option is not saving. Not saving is not saving. Is not surviving saving. So it's doing a bunch of stuff here. All right. I already told it, here's my wish list of what I want. What's not applicable. Dark mode test it. Yeah, add built-in support area. Yes. Test post install card. Yeah. So it's putting in my wish list for things. Okay. Filter every column. That's so if you're searching for something there's a list, you want, instead of just filtering by status, or that, I want to filter by every column that there is in a display. See that? It's thinking. All right. What else to talk about? J-Day USA was very enjoyable. Man, it was long days, and I didn't even travel for it. I had to get up at, I was up at 5 o'clock both mornings here to be down at the computer for 5:30, which was 8:30 start time. The virtual lunch that ended up getting planned on Friday was very interesting. It was hosted by Nick from Akiba, and very, very interesting discussion about AI. And he talked about the company that the story where AI wiped out the entire development hard drive for a company, and how he mentioned it's not technically, it's not really AI's fault, because AI, he was saying, is a good junior developer. He said that that company, the same thing would have eventually happened if they gave that responsibility to a junior developer. So yeah, Mary. Yeah, sorry, Mary. Mary was up at 5 too at those. Mary's in the same time zone as me right now. Not once November rolls around, we're going to be an hour apart. Interesting. Think about it. If I were to drive to once the time change comes in the fall, if I were to drive to Mary's house, her house would be exactly the same distance away from me as it is now, but then it would take me an extra hour. The time would be an extra hour, even though the distance doesn't change. Or would it be an hour less? It's the same now. If I turn the clock back, if Mary turns the clock back in the fall, she'd be an hour behind. So you'll be 4 o'clock. I'll be 5. It might be an hour less. Yeah, an hour less. Wow. All right. So here's a new zip. And here's something that Claude does. Where does Mary stay? She's in Washington State. I don't know. Mary's probably, if I had if I had my own airplane, which I should not have my own airplane because I would crash it easily because I don't pay attention to details. The center of Washington. So I don't know. It would probably be I don't know, just a couple hours. It would take longer because I gotta get off to drive. Gotta get off the island, then I gotta drive and that. So all right. So here's something that Claude does. It says, "Oh, you want these other things? Oh, and it's gonna add language files." Um, just let me add this. Okay, I'll test that. However, let's add a note about the language stub files to not add those until there's an actual version that is published, not during the initial testing, just to save time. All right, so now we've got a new package over here to install. And we'll put that there. And now we'll go back to the module and we're going to refresh. And there we go. Skip first end articles. Save. And the one saved. So now we can go here. All right, I'm going to duplicate this tab. And look at that. It skipped. Now there are only 3 articles in that category, so that's why it's only showing 2. But the first one, which is blog, and was Joomla. So how's how we're Joomla. No, but that seems to be working. Let's go back to the module and say let's skip the first 2. And we'll refresh. We'll refresh this one. And there's only 1. But let's give that a good test here. Let's go to modules. I like that seems to be working. So let me just do this. I'm gonna go. Yes, that seems to be working. Let's make this a repo on my GitHub account, and we'll make it a public repo. We also want to make it so that this extension broadcasts updates when the Joomla Update Manager looks at it. Go ahead and do the other wish list items as well. All right. Now we'll get that published so you guys can add this. And there was one other thing that we talked about that would be nice, and maybe we'll do that too while we're here. Oh, the other thing too is this is something else you need to do. Before you publish that to GitHub, perform a security review on, according to the skill, on what has been made here. You're a Joomla security expert, and you are a online file security expert as well. So we wanted to get that done there. All right, so we're doing a bunch of stuff here, and this is pretty cool. All right, now if I go to, here's the plugin. I'm going to go to content. I'm going to go to content articles. Joomla is in the Joomla category, so I'm going to go love Joomla and millions, and I'm going to I want to duplicate those. Hey Bjorn, you're welcome. Let's see, what can we do? Batch. Let's set a copy. I want to copy them in the Joomla category. Make a copy and process. Okay, good. Now we've got Joomla 2 love 2 millions. So I'm going to select these here. And I'm going to publish those. Oh, actions, publish. So now that we have 6, when we refresh here, we should see some duplicate ones. And there you go. Yeah. I'm also going to do in the change log and the info for this extension, also credit Bjorn. Oh, Bjorn, would you type your full name in chat so I can spell this properly? Um, let me say this. The basic Joomla tutorials YouTube channel family and okay. For helping vibe code this during a live stream, and especially Bjorn for wishing that this was a feature available in the core Joomla articles module. Put that in there. So here's the result of the security thing. None high, none medium, low. So I'm going to say this. Go ahead and fix everything. High, medium, and low. And as well, let's release this under GPL2. I'll show you one of the things that I like for changelog is always to have an HTML changelog, but also to have I like icons in here. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, this form has keep a changelog. It's based on that. So let's just see. That's pretty good. We've done this in about 45 minutes. And it could have gone, had I said Joomla 6, it would have gone a lot better. Oh, in fact, let's ask this. Will this also work in Joomla 5? Is it backwards compatible to work in Joomla 5? Native? Like, will it work Joomla 6 native and Joomla 5 native? We'll ask about that. All right, now let's go and see. I don't know if it's published it to GitHub yet. I don't think that it has. Okay. 2 messages noted, crediting basic family and beyond and change log and extension info. All right, so it's not in the change log yet, but we will see. Now, again, that's the idea that this might break with new versions of Joomla. we're gonna put in a little secret sauce into this. It will work on both Joomla 5 and Joomla 6 native. Now we'll let this all settle down before we put the secret sauce in. Because let's see here. That should be update. That should update there. So all right, it's creating updates. All right, it's doing all this. Oh boy. You know, usually when I'm not live streaming and I'm working, I'll just do other things. I'll start processing emails. I'll have lunch. Yeah, you know, I just pop down and get it working on the next thing. Now this is doing. We've asked it to do a lot, so this would be a point where I just went and did something else. Got myself a snack, or like I said, process some emails. Okay. Bjorn of Bremnes. That's what I checked. Okay, so here's our new change log. And then what do we got in here? Oh, there we go. Down credits at the beginning. Bjorn, for wishing an article offset was a feature in Joomla's core article module. This plugin is that wish productionized. Is that a word? The basic Joomla tutorials channel family for hosting and helping vibe code this during a live stream. Tim Davis, cybersalt. That's me, author, maintainer. All right, let's just see here. Guess I can go to GitHub and let's see if it's there. And let's find maxed. Not yet. All right. Oh, there we go. Git, init, commit, create public repo. It's doing it. All right, that's what we're doing right now. It's excluding this git here, this here. Okay. All right, we're getting, oh, it's creating it. Okay. We're getting so close. Puzzling, repo and release, all shipped. Okay. Let me get the link here. So let's probably have to refresh that. Oh, there it is. So everybody, there's that. There's the link. And unfortunately, of course, to download the zip, that's the main. That is not it. You need to get it from, let's publish your first package. No, that's not what I need. I'll show some limitations here. Joomla 5, Joomla 6, PHP 8.1, build language. I know we got to find release. Release for. See, I just don't get where. Release is in the middle, right? Middle right. Oh, releases. Okay, there you go. So for those of you looking at, go ahead and give that a try. That will get it to you there. Now, let me just show you one of the things that I want in every single Joomla extension, and that is this. My wish is that when you install it, that it gives you a welcome screen and it says what to do next. Confirm the plugin is enabled. Open plugin settings. Open any articles module and look for the skip first and articles field, and set that. So I can go here, use. Now you cannot go directly to a plugin, but it will filter by that, and then you can go into the settings. And apparently this works for legacy ones too. Yeah, well, that's fun. All right, now let's it's 12:53. Let's do one more thing in here. Okay. You guys go sec. Go ahead and install that first one, and then I'll make a new version here, and then we can test the update. As you mentioned, when Joomla when the latest Joomla version comes out, this might break it. And so let's add a little check in the module if you think it won't add too much to load time, that looks to see what the current Joomla version is that's being used and compares against the one, the most recent one that is current in Joomla. So for instance, we install this under Joomla 6.1. Let's suppose Joomla 6.1.1 comes out. I want the module, if it notices that the Joomla version has been updated, to send a message to the super user that that notice that the Joomla has been updated and that they should double check to make sure that this module or this plugin still works with the latest Joomla. And then if it doesn't, it should contact it should alert in that email that that this needs to be addressed. Something like that. Whatever other information. Should they contact me? Should they add just kind of add something in GitHub? I don't know, but I'll leave it up to you. But a mechanism that notices when Joomla has been updated and what it and alerts. All right, so there you go. Claude, listen to me ramble on about that. Also, I'm going to say this. Yes, and now that we've made a release, let's release this for the all of the languages that we've identified as being key for extensions in the Joomla brain. Am I using Super Whisper? No, I am using Windows H. In fact, Super Whisper. Oh, first of all, let's do two things here. There's something that we can do while this is working. The first thing that you guys linked, no, one of the first things you linked was clipboard, more than 25 items. All right, so let's do this. Copy. All right, so you guys said this earlier, so let's do this. That's that. Clipboard, okay, good. And then the other thing was, am I using Super Whisper? Super Whisper. I wouldn't mind something that, because sometimes this Windows one does not hear everything that I say. Whisper. Super Whisper. Okay. Is it free? Is this free? Before we go too far. Okay, so limited free, you think? Okay. Scroll to see demo. Let's see the demo. Oh, this is, no, okay, there we go. Okay, Slack stand up. You just finished the clean design mod, right? Okay, so what does it, the dictator, does it actually open up things? Voice to text that works in any app. Use your own API keys. Unlimited use of cloud and local AI models. Transcribe any language into English. Unlimited use of small AI. Custom prompt control. Meeting recordings and transcription. Voice to text. It listens to you but corrects when you ramble. Are you saying that I ramble? Okay, so it's got some sort of real-time editing. And I've been talking to Claude and getting Claude to do that, but yeah. Sure, I ramble, I know. But you know what? It's because I don't have anyone else in the room here that wants to talk. And yes, Susan is with me, but I've talked to her about co-hosting. And you guys think it'd be a great idea. What do you think about that, Susan?
I say.
Yeah, see, what would she say? I don't know. I think it would be good. She would balance me out somehow, like she usually does. All right. So we're going to get the languages. Now it's interesting when the languages get put into here, it's going to probably open up a bunch of agents and do it all at once. All right, says Claude says good idea, and the load time impact is essentially zero. A hook on slope to race. Okay. And it takes away umming. Okay. Google Colab. Okay. Oh, Julie says hi to you, Susan. Okay. She says hi back. She said, oh, hi back. So Google Colab, what is that? Open. Oh, so you're using notebooks there. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. How are things going here? We're at 1 o'clock, but we'll see this through with that feature. So right now it's add notify on Joomla update. Last seen Joomla fields to manifest. Oh, you use it to write Python code to extract the text. Okay. Updating the to-dos. What are we doing down here? It's really fun that we can make these things. What else do I have? And let's just see. Articles. Yeah. Plugins, cybersalt system, like that. Cybersalt system articles module maxed. Yeah. You notice too, I've got Claude set up. He knows what it knows what I want for company information. I want to look at Ditto though. Oh yeah, sorry. Distracted because I was rambling. Ditto is an extension to the Windows clipboard. You copy something to the clipboard, and Ditto takes what you copied and stores it in a database to retrieve at a later time. Ah, that's cool. Ditto is an extension to the standard Windows clipboard. It saves each item placed on the clipboard, allowing you to access any of those items at a later time. Ditto allows you to save any type of information that can be put on the clipboard: text, images, HTML, custom formats. Run Ditto, copy things to the clipboard. Use Control-C with text selected. Open Ditto by clicking its icon in the system tray or by pressing its hotkey, which is Control plus comma. hold Control and press the back quote tilde key. Double click on first. Copy some text. Tilde. Oh, tilde. Okay, not the comma. Tilde. Oh, that's a Control tilde. Okay, it's good use of the tilde key. Search. Copy some text. Controls. Copy. Different text. Yeah. Okay, so it's sort of separate. With the extended, like, so for instance, and I need to just change the screen here. If I go, Windows V, let's see what else I got in here. Okay, yeah, so if I switch back here, see, this is, does it work with Windows V or is it a separate thing? Because if I go Windows V, I get these, all these past copied things here. Oh, no reset on reset of window. Oh, that's cool. All right, well, let's give it a try. So releases. So I want to go to releases. And the most recent one. What's changed? And so Ditto debug. Oh, what are these? And then there's CRISPR Whisper. That gives you raw verbatim with all ums and ahs and false starts. You don't use that. Okay. All right. So do I want debug? Probably want setup, right? Which one do I want, you guys? Ditto debug, portable. I don't need that. Or is it setup? What do you think? Let's check on our extension coming along here. Oh, okay. Now it's doing the language files. Setup. Okay. Let's go to setup. And I'm also going to delete that to my delete folder. Setup. And we'll run it. Yes. By the way, you probably see that I launch Ditto. Allow that. Yeah. All right. So if I can select that and go Control Copy. Now, if I hit Control, is it Control tilde? Oh, there it is. Control Copy, Control tilde, Control V. Oh, Control V is still copying things as well. So that's good. But oh, that's pretty cool. Control copy that. Control copy that. Control icon or tilde. There we go. And we've got our options. Right click on the selection to change case. It works with Windows C. Yes, then right click on the selection to change case. Database of copies. Okay. I can export clips. I can import, add utilities, paste any clip as text. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it, if I copy that. I did not copy the image, but. So if if I right click. Oh, I see. This is probably in there. I'm going to right click there, and then I can special paste. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Trim white space. I think that, is that getting rid of a space at the end? I like that. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Okay, where are we at here? It's writing all translated ones. What was the other feature we mentioned earlier that would be nice to have in from Raxel? Oh, I know. It was this. It was this, and this will do next. Will we do it now? I don't know. Basically, remember when we switched this to select only the here? I'll be able to say it easier here. Latest post mode normal. Not that. Display options. Show intro or full image. I would like to have it there that it would select an order. Look for intro, look for full, and then look for first image. Or so then it would work with core, but also it would select images already inside there. Okay, Mary. Mary, I forgive you for saying that I ramble. Have a great day, and yeah, catch up on this later. We'll see. Yeah, so that's another feature that I would like to have in here. But it's making this latest version here. And you know what? Just for GitHub knowledge, if we go to GitHub to this one here, we can go to issues, not in the Joomla brain, in Max. We can go to issues, and I can make a new issue. And I say new feature request. And I'm just going to say this. Whoops. Oh, what did I do? Hit history there. I would love to have the option to set it for it to display images in the order of look for intro, full image, or first image, or variations of that being first image, intro, full, or article image, or full image, whatever it's called, or full, just the three different version options or ordering options of that. And yes, I did dictate this by Claude. I did dictate this by, oh my goodness. Let's do something. More image. I.e. for first image in article, then intro, then full. That'll be enough for me. So I'm going to create that. And now let's see where we are here. Okay. I guess I'm really going to have to get my GitHub, my JED account going, start listing these. Intro, full image, then first image. All right, okay. I appreciate that. Intro, full. Yeah. Article, intro, full. Yeah. Let me edit this. More image source options and combinations, i.e. then intro, then full. Or full intro first image and article. Yeah. All right. All right. That will be a good thing to do later on because I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime. Okay. Italian. Yeah, it's just putting all the licenses on all the languages. I think too, I'm pretty sure that what's the language code for Norway? I think I specifically added that. Julie would like to see them on the JED. Yes. Oh, 2. Wow. Okay, let's do this here. I know I have Sweden in there. Let's add 2 more languages to our language files. These 2 here. Add that to the Joomla Joomla brain of our favorite languages to have in Joomla extensions. A lot going on with the languages. This is definitely something I would walk away from and let just run and come back. The languages do take a while sometimes. But the nice thing is that I'm not going to kill my session today because session lengths have been doubled, as we saw early on. All right. By the way, remember, if you haven't liked the video yet, give it a like if you're still here. I wonder if YouTube sees that people that have been on for 2 hours and like something, that they really do like it. I mean, just being on for 2 hours should just count as an automatic like. So yeah, with doing this, now we're at an hour and 15 minutes since we've been working on this. Not too bad though. Oh, there you go. Adding Norwegian, Bokmål, and Norsk noted. Also, also a nice tribute given Bjorn, the Norwegian who spawned this plugin. um, okay, so it's going to translate some more things. Cybersalt articles module maxed. Michael, you have to go. You missed some chunks, but you'll catch up later. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. I think we're getting pretty close to things here. Let's just go back to our Joomla site here. And I think it will go to articles. We're going to go to system. And we're going to go to update sites. And here, look at this, cybersalt articles module maxed updates. And there's the GitHub that will look to see what the latest version is. So now when it makes a new version, I can publish it and we'll update it that way. Give that a test. All right, there goes the two Norwegian languages in there. So that makes 17 languages that I have added. I guess English is one. So there's 17 languages for the extensions that I'm aiming now. And Norwegian just versioning number 2. Yeah, I think it's going to just do this. This is going to be one. I think it's lining it up to do 1.2 or 1.1. I'll do yeah, I don't want to get too high on things like it. Sometimes Claude in the sessions adds things over and over and over again, like bumps every single thing. I don't want to end up like version 14, something that's only been out for a couple of weeks when we're at this point. And here we go. It's doing something at the top. Oh, that's just showing the thing it's working on. Okay. I will maybe I will promote this. I will just say Bjorn wished and we made it happen. English is ENGB and ENUS, yes. I think I just have ENGB in there. Could do ENUS. Yeah, you're welcome, Bjorn. I'm happy to. I think that's a great feature. And it was fun to do. I hope too it's a great great way to help other people vibe code. guess I could put this on the vibe coding playlist. Or maybe I'll just make a separate video of this and upload it. Maybe I'll do it from the replay. Okay, Claude's grinding away. Lots of these, it's doing its thing. Sometimes it has multiple agents doing things, and it may have done that. There's a little checklist somewhere up here. Bump change log to 1.1. That's what I'm still doing, translating files. And just think about it. This is not a big extension. Oh, there we go. New version. We made it. 1.1. Keeps all the original stuff in there. Credits are still in there. Good. There you go. Oh, you made it in again. Look, it's just showing Norwegian. Added Norwegian. Partly a cybersalt customer language. Partly a tribute to Bjorn. Okay. In there twice. You're going to try coding with Codex from OpenAI soon. Cool. Well, I just mentioned it. Claude actually saw that we were adding Norwegian and somehow figured out that you were Norwegian, obviously from your name, and so just made that assumption. I was doing some genealogy stuff last night and making an info on a relative, and somehow Claude said that, and this relative was adopted. Somehow Claude ended up saying I was adopted too. So I said to Claude, I am not adopted, which is fine. But anyway, I didn't want to confuse anyone that read this. If I die and they go, what? Tim's adopted? Who's it? Anyways, and then there's a bunch of other family inaccuracies in it. So I said, put a warning at the top of this document that you should not, don't believe everything you read in here about family connections. So, all right. So it looks like that's done. So now let's do this. You own onlinegenealogy.com. Wow. So I'm going to go to System, and we're going to go to Joomla extensions, and we're going to check for updates. And look, there we go. cybersalt articles module maxed. There's an update 1.1. So we're going to do that and go update. And it's updated. And so now we refresh. Oh, and look, there you go. Email super users when Joomla is updated. And you can say yes. That's the new option that we put in there. And support email, support URL. Oh, okay. And support label, cybersalt.com. Interesting. So I might change that later. But I'm just, so I'm going to make that. In fact, here's something else that you can do. I'm going to go down the bottom here. What's in one? To simulate a Joomla upgrade, manually edit the plugin stored parameters. Okay. I can test that. I'm not going to test that now, but I'm going to do create a new issue to remember to put in a different URL for support of the extension. And we'll change that later on. Anyways, there you go, everybody. Just to play it one more time, we can go to the module and we'll say skip only skip one article, refresh, and Joomla 2 ended up first because of the way they were duplicated, I guess. But there we go. Well, with that, we will wrap things up for today. So a good look at the core tab for in the articles, the images and links tab in articles, see what it does. And we made a plugin to add some nice functionality to the Joomla module article. And Bjorn says, good session for today as always, learning new things by doing, or let AI loose doing the wrecking for us so we will learn. Remember to like the video. Yes. All right, everybody. We will wrap it up there. Thank you for your support of the channel. Thanks for your help today. Thanks for hanging out with me on another. I'm looking for the right button here. Hanging out with me on another Wednesday. And as usual, I hope that wherever this finds you, be it morning, evening, afternoon, or tomorrow, that you are well. Until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites and God bless.